Hello everyone and welcome to the Stargate mod for Armored Assault. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be showing you in this visual blog or podcast, whatever the hell you want to call it, how to create custom addresses. Okay, now these are just the beta versions of the gates. So what we're going to be doing is just showing you how they work, how you put new custom addresses into them, because it's no longer scripted. It's a completely new function. And we'll be able to take it from there. Okay, so this is the mod, and you've possibly seen this in some sort of movies and everything like that on YouTube, who knows. Anyway, it's all beta, but we'll be going through here. As I said, it should be released in the next few days for you. But alright, so let's bring up the mission editor, and here we are. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the desert island, or I don't know how you spell it, say it Randamar, or just because it's nice and simple, it's nice and small, and plus you won't have to hear me natter on for the next few minutes while the mission loads up. Alright, so here we go. Now I'm going to show you how to do this nice and easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick down a man first of all. Now just for argument's sake, we're just going to stick down standard DSF MP5 unit. Okay, now here we're going to go, we need to stick down a gate. Now remember, all the gates are in empties because they don't belong to a side. Okay, they don't belong to east or west. So here we go, we're going to go into empty, we're going to go down to props, which is now the new place where the gate sits. We're going to find our gate, there we go. We're also going to give it a DHD because of course we need to dial it. Okay, so this is our random gate. Now we used to have to go into here, type in all the initialization, you know, and that would then give us the custom addresses when we did the void code. Now that was a bit of a pain in the ass. So what we're going to do instead is I made a new system, which is a glyph based system. Now I'm going to zoom in nice and far down so you can see this. So we have a new category called glyphs, which is here. Alright, now in here we have every glyph that's available in the DHD. Now I'm going to create a nice key for you later, but for the time being just going to have to stick with this. So each one of these done creates a glyph, if you can see here. Now even with YouTube blur that should be quite visible. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put down 6 glyphs. Now remember, Stargate has 6 glyphs to dial, like its telephone number. Okay, so whichever gate you're on, if you dial these 6 glyphs, you will be dialing this gate. Okay, so here we go. 6 random glyphs. Right, now let's make them nice and tidy. And here we go. If I just ping it up for you, there it is. That is our 6 glyph address. Now, as well as the 6 glyphs, you need a point of origin, which is the area code. Well, your home area code, as it were, for the gate. So for the time being, I'm just going to give it Earth, and something nice and simple. We should all notice that symbol. Now, that is the address of the gate. Okay. Now we've got people trying to use these gates who have never even seen the movies, let alone know how to activate this. That is the telephone number of the gate. Well, the first 6 is. The 7th one is the number to dial out from the gate you're on. Alright, so the point of origin. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy and paste this, Control and C, Control and V, there you go. So you probably already know, but still. And here we go. Now, this is a new gate on the island, just west of the other. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this another custom address, okay? Now, it doesn't matter if I use the same glyphs or symbols that were in the other gate, because of course it's the way they're positioned, so the order they're in, that's the problem. So, right, now, so we're going to do this. There we go, and we're going to give it its own point of origin, which I'm going to go for normal. Okay, so let's tidy this up a little bit. Okay, So again, we have the 6 symbol gate address, which is what we'll do to dial from every other gate to get to here, and the 7th here, the point of origin. Okay. Now do notice again, none of these gates have anything out of the ordinary. They've just literally been placed down, same with the DHD. Okay. Now this is literally such a random address. I'm going to have to actually write this down so I can dial it in a second. And though in the later versions you'll have all your inbuilt PDAs to store the addresses and laptops and inbuilt notepads, for this version I'm literally just going with a pen and a piece of paper. So just give me a second. Alright. Now let's go into game and see what happens. Okay, so this is the latest version of the gate. It's quite a pretty one. It's got some nice detail in it, but we're not really looking to get at the moment. I'm showing you how to do this. So if I have a look at the DHD this way, we should get good contrast on the sky. So if we bring up the gate address, that is exactly the one we put into the editor. Okay, exactly the same order. It's literally as simple as that. You match the glyphs you put in the editor, they will become the address. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dial the other gate from here. Now when this connects, you're going to see a little bit of a grey thing happen with the gate. Don't worry about it, I'm sorting it out. It's a nice and easy error to fix, I just haven't got around to it yet. Alright, so let's dial the other gate using literally the random code that I've just put into the editor. Had it written down, so there we go. So that one... oh. Hey, no, it's random when you can't even remember the own address. Now notice we've just dialed 6 symbols. Now any noob will now go ahead and dial the point of origin of the other gate, which was the one that they stuck down for the other gate, the 7th symbol. No. Please take this to heart. No. We only dial 6 glyphs, 6 symbols of the other gate plus this gate's point of origin, which is the Earth symbol, remember? So dial the Earth, engage, and we have a connection, see? Okay? So what I'm going to do is pop through. Now just before I do pop through, remember, wherever you go, shut it down, see? All works. We will go through in a second, but for the time being, I never actually took note of this gate address. Now this is going to be very, very big thing you're going to have to remember about when you're in the multiplayer environment, especially in the later missions we're going to create, because if you don't know where you come from, you can't get back there. So do remember where you are, or else you will never be able to get back. So now we're taking note of that address, we're going to dial the old one again. Okay.